Justin Jackson, one of the best rushers in Big Ten history. He's got a chance to crack the all-time top 5 tonight for the red-hot Wildcats, winners of 3 straight in overtime.
Overtime, 4th down, Stanley, dropped! Northwestern wins.
Overtime for a second week. Lewerke has it knocked away, recovers it. It's intercepted. Wildcats prevail.
For the 3rd straight game, Northwestern is going to overtime. Lee, pass deflected, incomplete. The first team in FBS history to win 3 straight in overtime.
A wild ride indeed for the Cats. They've won 4 straight overall. They've still got a shot at a 10-win season. And for the Purdue Boilermakers, their turnaround year begins under first-year head coach Jeff Brown. They still have a chance to go bowling at the end of the season. And we welcome you to Ryan Field here in Evanston. Beth Mowins along with Anthony Beck. The featured performer tonight for the Northwestern Wildcats, Justin Jackson, with a big night tonight, could hit 1,000 for the year.
He's a 4-year starter. He's been the rock for this Northwestern football team since he's been playing here. Coach Fitzgerald said he is the toughest player he's ever coached. He's going to get a lot of touches tonight, Beth.
Northwestern won the toss but deferred. Purdue was in the white and black tonight and in the graphite and purple. The home side, Northwestern coming in at 6-3, Purdue 4-5 overall. And Elijah Sindelar will get the start at quarterback for the 5th time this year. Had been going back and forth with David Blau, who suffered a dislocated ankle last week. He's out for the year.
He's got a cannon for an arm, Beth. A pure pocket passer, not the movement skills that Blau had. And he's all fastballs. Been working on his touch the last couple weeks, working the intermediate passes so he can be a better high-percentage passer.
They've been relying on a couple of good backs in DJ Knox and Richie Worship. And this is Knox, the junior out of Fairburn, Georgia. Sindelar, 7 touchdowns, 5 picks. He's hit on 53% of his throws this year. And is starting for the first time in 3 weeks. Blau got the call the last 2 games. Give again is to Knox. Nowhere to go, right up the middle. Jordan Thompson was there, and so was Godwin Igwebuike. And it's 3rd down. Impact performers for today, Anthony?
Yeah, both of these backs. Knox start the game. Worship, 260 pounds, folks. Great matchup with linebacker Patty Fisher in the middle, redshirt freshman, and Kyle Cairo on the back end. 2 interceptions last week, coming off a fantastic game.
Fisher is the best freshman tackler in FBS this year. He'll drop back in coverage, and the pass is batted down at the line of scrimmage. And the Northwestern D will get the quick 3 and out. Alex Miller is the guy that swatted it.
Today for Purdue Boilermakers, trying to rush against this much improved defensive line of Northwestern so far, came out strong, stopping the 2 early run plays for this offense.
Joe Shopper, averaging about 42 yards per kick, is back to punt. Riley Lees is the deep man at his own 30 for Northwestern. Will make the fair catch at the 40. A punt of 31 yards as Clayton Thorson will lead this offense. Justin Jackson, the star tailback.
You know, nobody's talking about this kid across the country, Beth. An excellent zone runner. Great cutback ability. Tremendous vision to get up the field and get yards. Then there's the versatility factor. He can catch the ball out of the backfield, make people miss in small spaces. He's ultra physical. And when you get to the red zone, Beth, what do you got to do? You got to put it in the end zone. That's some of the qualities you'll see out of this young man tonight.
He'll rotate back into the backfield, and he'll get the call here. Be dropped for a loss. Juwan Bentley, their leading tackler for the Boilermakers, right in the middle. And Clayton Thorson, the 6'4" junior out of Wheaton, Illinois, the winningest starting quarterback in Wildcat history.
And I'll start with that. He's a proven winner. He's done that over the years, but he's dangerous with his legs. Coach Fitzgerald wants him to move more. And the trust factor. Young receivers, can they be in the right spots when he throws the football?
Buying some time on the rollout, and then is run out of bounds short of the marker. Bentley was the guy giving chase, and it's 3rd down and short.
I think that's the concern with the coaching staff, Beth, in the passing game. All these receivers kind of have a mixed bag, 20 catches, 30 catches. It's coming out of the routes and timing on the throws for Thorson. Last year, big season. This year, he's had some ups and downs. See if that improves against this Purdue defense.
Bit more manageable here for Thorson. 3rd and 7. He'll heave it downfield, incomplete through the hands of Flynn Nagel. And it's 4th down.
And that's kind of the examples of receivers. The ball's in the air. He's not quite coming out of his route yet. If you watch Thorson, he'll throw this. Receiver's still at the top of his route. He comes out hard to catch it and see it with the ball right in your face. Something they're trying to improve on, Beth, this year.
Hunter Nicewander on to punt. Jackson Anthrop is back deep. Pressure coming, and they got a piece of the punt. No flags are down. It's just a 36-yard kick. Anthony Mahungu is the guy that got a piece of it.
And if he did get a piece, Beth, then they'll write off the fact that he ran into the kicker. Hard to tell there. It looks like the ball's kind of crazy, spinning off of his foot. Again, 2 referees on it. Nobody reached for their flag. They obviously felt that there was a touch on the football.
The completion to Skoranek, who's off to a good start here in the 1st quarter. Gain of 18, and that'll move the sticks.
Yeah, every week he's found a different connection. Last week it was making Wilson number 15. Looks like early on you'll see Bennett number 88.
Larkin is the offset back. They have yet to find any running room tonight. And stuffed again. Jawan Bentley got his head in the hole. Rocky?
I'll tell you what, the reason they haven't found anything running the ball is the penetration right now of the Purdue defensive line. That's the kryptonite of any zone running scheme. You get that penetration by the D-line, creates hesitation in the running back.
And that's something Nick Holt, the defensive coordinator for Purdue, has preached. They got some undersized guys up front trying to get around some of these offensive linemen. It'd be tough today to block some of these guys.
Thorson, incomplete. Yeah, to your point, Anthony, the rushing yardage right now is -2 in the 1st quarter for Northwestern.
And the one thing about this rush offense, Beth, they'll continue to pound the rock, pound the rock. You get into the 20 carries for this tailback in Jackson. They're going to spring one of those runs. That's how they kind of lean on this 4-year starter in the backfield.
Yeah, we've seen an awful lot of the freshman Larkin in a tailback. He's there again. He'll get the call on 3rd and 7. Right into the heart of that Boilermaker defense. They get another stop. And let's check into the studio with Chris Cotter.
ESPN.
Quick response from the Crimson Tide. They get the win. They would probably move up to that top spot.
Looks like there's no room for punters, Beth. 4th down seems to be a popular down for both teams.
0 for 1 already tonight. Thorson running away from Eddie Wilson, who provided the push up the middle, and Thorson gets there. 1st down, Cats, as he found the marker and a gain of 5.
And this is the dangerous part of Thorson's game that he's been limited in here. A great push in the middle of the pocket by Wilson, number 7, but good coverage on the back end. Tuck it and run. He's trying to get some blocking out front. Good job by Skoranek on the outside, number 88, with a nice block.
Jackson's back in there, and he's got it. Spins down inside the 25. Another tackle for Bentley.
Really like watching this kid on film. You know, he doesn't blast out of there with explosive plays, Beth. He's not going to wow you with his speed, but his ability to make people miss, get through the small cracks of the zone running game that they like to do, that's something they lean on with that young man.
That'll take care of the 1st quarter here in Evanston. Scoreless, Northwestern and Purdue, the Wildcats on the move on a chilly night in Chicago. And we welcome you back to College Football Primetime, part of Veterans Week on ESPN, brought to you by USAA, and a very happy birthday to a young Boiler fan. Everybody see Purdue win today. Maybe a Kyle Orton jersey she's got on behind the sign there. The cradle of quarterbacks. They are going with Elijah Sindelar today as the starter after the season-ending injury last week to David Blau. But right now, it's Thorson and Northwestern on the move. Thorson up top, incomplete. Looking for Riley Lees. Jacob Thieneman had the coverage. It's 3rd down.
Tight window throw there, Beth, trying to get that big play on the outside, that corner route. Again, as this team starts creeping into the red zone, they really have had some great production this season.
Best in the Big Ten, as a matter of fact. They're not quite there yet. Just inside the 25. And looking to keep the drive alive. Jackson alongside Thorson. Five guys coming. Thorson underneath and short to the 20-yard line to Cameron Green, the superback. Well, they've already gone a couple of times on 4th down.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to go for it again. Manageable 4th down, so looking to score touchdowns. Kickers, obviously, they're in well within field goal range, but it looks like Coach Fitzgerald has decided today to be very aggressive in his offense.
On 4th and 3. Thorson with the rollout, looking to the end zone, incomplete, and Purdue will take over. The Wildcats now 1 for 3 here in the first half on 4th down. That was intended for Macon Wilson.
Macon Wilson's been his guy. They're going to roll out. This is levels passing. 3 receivers in his eyes. Look at the corner route. Wide open. The inconsistencies and accuracy of Clayton Thorson right there. He's got to be able to hit that. I know Coach Fitzgerald knows he can make that pass, but again, just off the outside of Wilson.
Rocky?
Say one thing you really notice down here, I'm in the end zone, is how wide the splits are for the Purdue offensive linemen. Pretty good strategy because Northwestern, their front four, they got some pretty big bodies. They want to stretch them out and take it up the middle.
Trying to set up the screen for Knox, and it's incomplete.
Talk about those touch passes. You know, this kid's got a big arm. He can throw the football 80 yards down the field. He's got a cannon. But trying to get the trajectory just over defensive ends, drop it down, and make short passes like that, that's the next level for his game to improve upon.
On 2nd and 10, the completion to the outside, Jared Sparks, and a gain of 7. Well, David Blau, we understand he's recovering now at home. This was his tweet from the hospital after his surgery. Boiler strong, hashtag Boiler up.
He's a great kid, high character kid. We get to meet and talk to him a little bit last year. Kid's a fantastic magician. He's a pocket magician in my opinion, but he's done an excellent job with this Brom offense. He's sorely missed.
And remember, Jeff Brom told us yesterday, when that bad injury happened, he's laying on the field. His ankle looked pretty bad. All he was concerned about, he said, Coach, we got to win this game. We got to win this game. What a young man.
They did, in fact, win it for David. Look forward to having him back next season. And the 3rd down pass incomplete, but there is a flag in the backfield.
Holding. Offense, number 70. That penalty is declined, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, it looked like Elijah Sindelar was wincing after that play. Yes, he's definitely limping as he heads over to the sideline.
Yeah, he gets flushed out of the pocket, and he allows himself to. Looks like he just kind of fell awkwardly backwards, but wow, K-Row right there on that push.
The 4th down punt to Riley Lees. He'll have a chance and gets away from the first wave. Riley Lees still on his feet down the sideline. Couple of Boilermakers giving chase. The cutback at the 20. Riley Lees into the end zone, 78 yards. Touchdown Northwestern. On a play that should not have gotten anywhere, but Malcolm Dotson missed him.
You know, the offensive coordinator, Mick McCall, said that he was going to potentially be an option for them on offense. They let that block right there, springs him on the outside, and there's nobody there to make the tackle. Good cutback. See the punter about to fall on his face. He cannot catch up. It's a huge momentum play for Northwestern.
Special teams coming through. Riley Lees with the 78-yard return. And an unsportsmanlike
on the return
conduct
team.
penalty.
The 15-yard penalty is enforced from the spot of the foul. There is no touchdown. First down, Northwestern.
Wow.
Joe Gaziano whistled for the personal foul, and that will take the touchdown off the board.
Yeah, well, was he showboating? I mean, we'll have to see this on a replay to see where he is and what he does. Or was there... Where he may have actually hit a player while they're out of bounds, too, when he was running up the sidelines.
Pat Fitzgerald apoplectic on that Northwestern sideline. The 78-yard punt wiped out.
And we're trying to get a look to see. Look on the, there's 97 running towards the sideline. They're saying the fact that he pushed him down out of bounds when he was outside the player field.
The completion here to Skoranek to the 35-yard line. I did not see a penalty worthy there of taking the points away, did you?
It looked like to me the Purdue player was trying to get out of bounds and get off the field just in general. And Gaziano's in a position where he needs to block that guy. Hard to tell. I don't know about that call, Beth. Takes away a touchdown.
Northwestern quickly trying to put it right back up, and there's a flag on the coverage for Purdue. Marcus Bailey.
Pass interference. Defense, number 21. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Joe Gaziano's right on the left of your screen right here. Again, Purdue players running the chase to make a play. The problem is he pushes him when he's out of bounds. Again, if the referee feels that that was a personal foul, then that's obviously his decision. Didn't look as bad as it's glaring to me, Beth.
No.
And very rare you see that happen. Usually it's showboating.
Especially behind the play.
Exactly. You know, it's unfortunate. Takes a touchdown off the ball. Hopefully Northwestern can continue this drive.
They are now into the red zone where they have converted on their last 17 in a row. And overall, best in the Big Ten in converting points. Into a tight window to Garrett Dickerson down to the 11-yard line. Going to be third and about 1.
This is a nice job by this offense to bounce back after that play to get something going and to produce some offense. Now they've been able to get down into this red zone 2 series in a row. Expect a heavy dose of Justin Jackson here.
Jackson the cutback for the first down to the 7-yard line. And it's first and goal, Wildcats.
What an absolutely incredible cutback. It was just, it only got him about an extra yard, but the linebacker Bentley was right there ready to make the play. Quick little foot in the ground, boom, first down.
Nobody in Northwestern history has as many rushing touchdowns over the course of their career. Does Jackson have another chance here? Takes the direct snap to the 5, and the pile pushes him down to the 4. Coaching staff talks about how special he is. Not just the skills, but what a good teammate and a good leader he has been as a 4-year starter. How consistent he's been. In this, his 48th career game. Another direct snap to Jackson. Maybe got one.
And one thing about Jackson is you saw him walking down the street, you wouldn't think he was one of the best running backs in the Big Ten. Legs are skinnier than normal, kind of a diminutive size, but he certainly runs much, much bigger than his stats say.
For all the yards and rushes and carries he's had, Beth, over his 4-year career, Rocky is right. He's about probably just under 200 pounds, They've used him heavily here in the Wildcat, back to their normal formation. See if they can get something in the end zone on 3rd and goal.
Interesting that they take him off the field here on 3rd down. Thorson looking right, rolling right, trying to find the pylon, and he does. Touchdown Northwestern. They lose the touchdown on the special teams play, and they get it right back. Driving down to score out of the red zone for the 18th straight time. Extra point from Charlie Kubander is good. 7-0 Cats.
Coach Fitzgerald told his quarterback, when you get out of the pocket, utilize those legs, and you're seeing it early on those rollouts, getting it into the end zone. Coach Fitzgerald is very happy about it, watching his young man score a touchdown.
Clayton Thorson, a 4-yard touchdown run, getting Northwestern on top. DJ Knox going to bring it out. And out to the 25. All of America's heroes who have served and are currently serving in our nation's armed forces. A thank you one and all, and a lot of Purdue alums and Purdue fans around the world keeping us safe tonight. Boilermakers trailing Northwestern by a touchdown. 3rd and 12, 8.5 to go in the first half tonight in Evanston. And there's a first down conversion out across the 40. Sindelar to Gregory Phillips. After they had the review and ruled it was a complete pass, they'll convert it 18 yards.
Nice dig route on the inside here. Nice ball, wide open. That's the way you like to see it get planned out.
Of course, both Northwestern and Purdue on the hardwood, ranked in the top 20. Michigan State and Minnesota open up in the top 15. We'll go back to the fast pace here for Purdue. Sindelar and another drop ball from Terry Wright.
Yeah, I think the tempo has been something, Beth, that's been productive here on 2 series. Of course, when you catch the ball and you get some good chunks on the defense, causes confusion for them. But again, when you have a drop ball, it allows Northwestern to reset their defense and get where they want to be.
Markel Jones. Jones and Worship and DJ Knox all getting more carries after Tario Fuller, who started their first 3 games, got hurt, had surgery this past week. He's out for the season, so the other 3 guys are going to have to carry it.
It's been a struggle to move, score for Purdue right now. Rushing the ball for both teams has been tough. Both defenses been stout up front. It's the quarterbacks making plays with their arm. Thorson's got the advantage early on.
Sindelar dives for a yard, and that's it. Patty Fisher coming up to make the hit, and it's 4th down.
And you can tell Sindelar is not comfortable going out of the pocket. When you see number 42, Patty Fisher, in front of you, I wouldn't raise my shoulder down and try to hit him. I'm going to try to slide and get away from him.
Patty Fisher, one of the best linebackers in the Big Ten. The 2 things that stand out about him: vision and instincts. He's not a guy that's going to run a 4.3 40, but he doesn't take false steps, and he trusts his eyes. Very impressive player.
Different blocking scheme here for Purdue, and they're going to fake it. Joe Shopper, and he's got a man downfield inside the 30-yard line.
This is a
and
great,
it's Ben Mikowski.
Great play design. 2 guys that know each other well. The long snapper is going to snap the ball, and watch him run down the field here on this route. Look at him chugging, the big man. Look at his concentration, and he takes a huge hit by Hardage on the outside. Great concentration by the young man.
And what an injection of energy on this Purdue sideline. Every coach, every player jumping up and down. Finally some excitement in this game.
Shovel pass inside to the tight end, Bryson Hopkins. And a gain of 3. Deep drive here by the Boilermakers. Spurred on by the fake punt. And off is to Markel Jones. Eighth play of the drive that started out on their own 29, and it's 3rd and 6.
Again, let's keep our eye on the tight end. Bryson Hopkins.
Sindelar.
Wow.
Catch is made by Burgess. See where they spot him. About a yard shy.
I'm going for it here, Beth. No question about it. That's a great ball, pinning it in there. Tight window for Sindelar. And I see both backs worship number 34. He'll be the front back, and Knox behind him. See if they use him as a lead blocker.
Worship will try and pull his way forward. And let's see where they spot him. That yellow line is the first down mark, and it appears to be short.
It's short. Heck of a job. Wow.
Northwestern's D holds on 4th down inside the 5, and they'll take over on downs.
Again, 2 yards behind a quarterback. He's a big guy. Tough to get the engine started from 2 yards behind. Again, heck of a stop. Watch these guys in the middle just get great push. That's close, Beth. That's really close.
Tell you what, it's really hard running up the middle versus Northwestern's defense. Tyler Lancaster, the defensive tackle, one of the strongest players maybe in the country. He's
just 114 yards of total offense, only 31 yards on the ground for Northwestern in this first half. Out of the end zone, Thorson. Pass is caught by Flynn Nagel, who fights his way out across the 10. And a gain of 7.
It's a nice tackle, too, keeping him in bounds so the clock continues to run.
Down to a minute and a half to go. Northwestern with a couple of timeouts. Thorson, first down. And the nice cut by Skowronek. And he gets out of bounds to stop the clock.
They've obviously found a window. That's the second time Skowronek has hit in between that safety and corner. Nice throw by Thorson. Going back to it. You got to take it, Beth, till they take it away.
They hook up for 27 yards. More through the air. Thorson finds his man right down the middle, and inside the 40-yard line goes Flynn Nagel. Another big gainer.
Love the fact he's seeing the field. We're calling multiple names at receiver because he's hitting and going through his progressions.
On first down, another good strike inside the 20. And this time it's Macon Wilson. Back into the red zone where they put points up on their last 18 trips. Thorson, terrific protection, and he'll chuck it. 42 seconds to go.
It's a good decision. Finds Macon Wilson. Wilson coming off a 100-plus yard game last week. That is a ball thrown on a rope, Beth. Excellent drive so far by this young quarterback.
Justin Jackson to his left. Dickerson, the motion man. Jackson will churn it out on the ground and tripped up at the 11. Jawan Bentley just got enough of him.
What would a drive be without getting him the ball, Beth, right? You got to feed the rock to him. Trying to speed it up. See Justin Jackson, the leader of this team.
Thorson looking to the end zone. Up for grabs. And a touchdown catch. What a play by Skoranek to high point it for 6.
.6'4", 218 pounds. You go up and get the football. Was his feet in? That looks good to me, Beth. That's a heck of an effort. A big receiver on the outside. That's a nice matchup. It's a heck of a job. That is a small area of the corner of the end zone to be sharp in.
PAT is good. Skoranek, 5 catches, 82 yards, and a touchdown in the first half. And it's halftime at Ryan Field. Right after this short break, Chris Cotter, Jonathan Vilma, and Chip Kelly will join you in the studio for the Outback Steakhouse halftime report. You're watching the Big Ten on ESPN. Couple of touchdown lead for Northwestern. Clayton Thorson, 1 throwing, 1 rushing, and the Cats are on top of the Boilermakers 14-0. They are looking for their 5th win in a row. Purdue needs a bounce back to keep their hopes alive to get bowl eligible by the end of the season. Beth Mowens along with Anthony Becht. Rocky Boyman is with us as well. How about the job so far for Clayton Thorson?
It's really been his show today. He's controlled it well, got the ball out. 7 different receivers have a catch today, and I like the fact that he's been mobile. A lot of outside the pocket action. I think it's treated him well, giving them that view down the field, but yet tucking it away to get some big yards with his legs. He's been the difference maker in this game so far.
In particular, that drive, 96 yards and 7 plays late in the first half after the Northwestern defense got a 4th down stop inside the 5-yard line. How about the job for Thorson so far? 15 of 23, a $172. Had the TD throw and then also ran for a 4-yard touchdown earlier. And now he and the offense will get right back to work here after the opening kickoff here of the 3rd quarter. It's been a quiet night so far for Justin Jackson. In fact, Northwestern has run for just 38 yards tonight. Jackson is the offset back. And off the play fake, Thorson rifles one down to the 35. Rocky?
I was able to catch up with Northwestern head coach Pat Fitzgerald. He said he was very pleased of how his team was able to capture the momentum back after that Purdue fake punt. They stopped them on 4th down, led to a 96-yard drive. He said, we've got to find a way to keep that momentum. And then for Jeff Brom, he said, hey, we got 30 minutes to play. Energy, that's what you're judged by.
Thank you, Rocky. Jackson slithers his way for 4. Jacob Thieneman ultimately brought him down.
I think with this passing game been so opened up, making plays down the field, Beth, that should open some seams and create some opportunities in the run game with Jackson.
Jackson in some pass protect, almost picked.
Thorson's pass is incomplete, intended for Gary Dickerson.
That was Marcus Bailey breaking up the pass intended for Dickerson. Jackson so far on the night, 27 yards. He came into the evening needing 114 to move to 5th all-time in Big Ten history. One of the all-time greats in terms of the statistics for the 4-year starter. On 3rd and 6, as a man, 1st down, Flynn Nagel. Taking it down to the 43-yard line. He got away from Navon Mosley.
A double-A gap blitz in the middle. You see the 2 linebackers, great protection all the way around. The super back, Justin Jackson, give enough time to let number 2, Nagel, go to work on the outside.
Gain of 19 there. Thorson now over 200 yards passing tonight. Thorson to Dickerson. Holds on after a good hit at the 2-yard line, and it's 1st and goal.
Now they call him a super back, but look, he's a tight end. He goes on the outside, runs his seam route, 6'3", 250 pounds. He's hard to stop. Big producer in the red zone for this football team.
Spoken like a former super back yourself. And that's the quarterback, Thorson, wide to the top of your screen. Direct snap to Jackson. Maybe got back to the line.
That's the 2nd time now they got into that red zone, and they've ran that Wildcat And the one thing you got to keep your eye on here is the quarterback. Clayton Thorson already has 1 rushing touchdown, his 8th rushing touchdown of the year, 17 on his career. They try to move him around in the pocket here if they don't hand the ball off to Justin Jackson.
Now Thorson will go under center with 2 tight ends. Jackson's got it, hit in the backfield, tried to bounce away, and he'll be thrown for a loss. Marcus Bailey wrapped him up, and it's 3rd and goal.
The D tackle, Eddie Wilson, up play. Tremendous penetration. They tried a little pin and pull stunt, but it was stopped because of Eddie Wilson's penetration in the backfield.
Yeah, number 7, you see the big man right there. 2 nice penetration plays so far in this football game. He's the backup to Lorenzo Neal, so he gets worked in, doing a nice job for this defense. They got them both in the game now, Beth. Number 7 and 9, the biggest players on the field for Purdue.
Right in the middle of that defensive front on 3rd and goal. Thorson under pressure, and the catch is made and out of bounds at the 2-yard line. Cameron Green, and now it's 4th down.
I think Cameron Green thought maybe he was in the end zone there. Again, you'd like to get routes that get to the end zone when it's 3rd and goal. Comes down short. Thorson decides to check it down, not able to get in.
And after repeatedly going for it on 4th down tonight, they will go for 3 here and bring the kicker on, Charlie Kubander. A 19-yard attempt. And he's got it, his 10th of the year, 1 shy of the freshman school record, and the lead is now 17. I think he's looking up what exactly is a super back and whether or not Anthony Beck was one, as the kick gets away from DJ Knox. 17-0 Miami all over Notre Dame right now, and Mississippi State has gone back on top of Alabama. 21-17. Terry Wright with the ball in his hands, and he's out across the 15, and they'll move the chain. Richie Worship is the offset back here. Oh, that had pick 6 written all over it for Nate Hall, and he dropped it.
He has got some fantastic awareness. Again, linebacker who plays on the inside, he'll detach, he'll play on a receiver. And again, right here, Sindelar very lucky that he did not pluck that and go for 6.
Nate Hall does a really good job reading that quarterback. As soon as the quarterback's offhand comes off the ball, he breaks. He doesn't wait at all.
And 2nd and 10, Sindelar looking to go deep, hit as he released, and that will fall to the turf. Joe Gaziano may have gotten a piece of it, and also may have gotten Sindelar's elbow. He's holding on to that bicep.
Gaziano, number 97, right on the bottom of your screen, just working on the outside, getting around the tackle. Swingler, excellent job. And now only 1 of 9 for this Purdue offense on 3rd down. It's been a tough night. See if they can break the trend on this down.
Against the 4-man pressure, they got a piece of another one, tipped at the line, and I believe that was Gaziano again. Joe busting up a couple of plays, and it's 4th down.
Guys everywhere. Joe Gaziano, not only do I love his name, this kid's got some strength and power. Watch him handle the offensive line, Barron in front of him, knocking this football down. Great awareness.
Gaziano, very athletic. He was the Massachusetts High School Player of the Year in lacrosse. And someone here on the sideline told me lacrosse might be his better sport. I don't know. He's looking pretty good at football right now.
280 pounds playing lacrosse. That's a scary dude right there.
That's not something you want to see, no.
Fair catch made at the 44, 39 yards on the punt. 17-zip Cats. Tom Ruby, a 31-year-old father of 3 who was training Navy SEALs here in the area, and said, you know what, I want to go back and play some college football. I think I want to do it at Northwestern.
while he was still training SEALs.
Yes.
I mean, this guy was driving like 5 hours a day to go to practice to train SEALs. Then he's got to pick his kids up at school. You saw his kids at the game there, and I know head coach Pat Fitzgerald really just admires him for everything he's done, in particular serving our country, Beth.
Walked on, even got some playing time against Purdue in his last year here. And there's a big run for Jeremy Larkin, the future at running back. Redshirt freshman out of Cincinnati.
Well, he's got a top-tier running back to learn from, and you're right. His best game last week, 10 carries, 69 yards, and a TD. He's a great change-up back with exceptional speed.
Nephew of baseball great Barry Larkin. McCollum with the stop there, another Cincinnati native. Rocky?
That's right. I've known about Jeremy Larkin for a long time. One thing, if you watch him, he's very pigeon-toed. I remember hearing about this all the way back to his high school days. And he talked to Mick McCall, the offensive coordinator. He says that pigeon-toedness he has probably helps him in all of his cutbacks.
He was highly recruited, Rocky. I know you were telling me. Big schools wanted him.
Little delay there. He ran right into Marcus Bailey, but picked up 4 more.
You know, he probably would have been a guy Ohio State would have looked at out of Cincinnati had he been a little bit taller, maybe a little bit bigger, but Northwestern clearly the beneficiary here with this.
5'10", 194 he's listed at. Thorson over the head of Flynn Nagel, and it's 4th and 2. And another 4th down decision here for Pat Fitzgerald.
Yeah, let's go for it, right? Why not? That's kind of been the trend with this football team. They've gone for it almost 30 times in the season, Beth, so this is not a tough decision for this offense.
1 for 3 tonight on 4th and 2. Play clock is down to 5. Thorson with time delivers to Nagel at the 10. Tremendous job again by this offensive line.
Great protection. Bring both backs in, full protection, and then let them go to work on the outside. Nagel, that's the 2nd time on Mosley, making it happen in space, and that's what you like to see. Your receivers winning one-on-one, great protection, and throwing a catchable ball. Works to perfection.
12 yards on the hookup. It's 1st and goal. Jackson. Well, let's give them a shout out by name. Blake Hance, J.B. Butler, Brad North, Tommy Doles, Rashawn Slater, the biggins up front for Northwestern.
And I love the fact that Mick McCall keeps some backs and tight ends in protection, allows his quarterback and receivers to go to work. So sometimes you get a little greedy, you want to have more receivers out in the open field. He gets that full protection when he needs it, and his quarterback and receivers are on the same page.
Thorson extends the play, throws it away. There's a look at the big guys up front and their career starts. Slater is the only newbie, freshman out of Texas.
Yeah, they're not the biggest offensive line, Beth. They really have to work harder and really play and overachieve every single week. And number 70, Slater, right on the front of your screen, the freshman from Texas. His father, former NBA basketball player. They love his athletic ability.
Pressure coming. Thorson puts it up for grabs, out of bounds, incomplete.
Oh.
4th down.
Purdue obviously has to make something happen. All-out blitz there and forcing Thorson to throw a poor off-balance pass. Look at the linebackers coming up the middle. The center's not able to slide off and get 21 Marcus Bailey. Thorson not able to give a catchable ball to any of his players.
Good from 19 yards away. Now Kubander from 24 yards out. And he's got it. The lead now 20-0 Northwestern. Wisconsin with a win today. They could be the beneficiary of some upsets brewing around the country. They improved to 10-0, and they will be in the Big Ten championship game for the 5th time. They've won it a couple times already. Knox Knox and Worship are back deep here. DJ Knox to the 20. Keep in mind, too, both Michigan and Minnesota looked very strong in their wins today. Rocky?
Yeah, people got to give Wisconsin more credit for winning week in and week out. How many times have we seen how hard that is? Syracuse upsets Clemson. Notre Dame right now looking terrible. So just to be able to win week in and week out in college football is a tough, tough task. They're doing a good job.
Yeah, we want to build up, you know, giving praise to teams that have 1, 2 losses. I mean, look, if you win them all, that means you came out every week, like you said, Rocky. It is complete. To me, the toughest thing to do in any sport, win every one of those games, and Wisconsin has done that.
And Anthony, look, you're talking about 18, 19, 20-year-old kids, emotional swings week to week. So to be able to get those guys dialed in and week out, very tough. Wisconsin deserves credit.
Top freshman tackler in the country coming in. Overall, second in the Big Ten. And a nice run there from DJ Knox. That'll get him into Northwestern territory and a gain of 16.
DJ Knox, a good story. Tore his ACL in spring of 2016. Beth came back, came in this game averaging 6 yards a carry. Nice weapon for them.
Sindelar to Sparks, another first down, and now Brown and Purdue want to make that chain gang work. Pickup of 11 more. Under 4 minutes to go here in this third quarter. Sindelar batted at the line of scrimmage. That was Tyler Lancaster, senior out of Romeoville, Illinois. And they'll hustle some fresh legs in.
It's a nice job. It's several tip balls now. They obviously have Sindelar down, maybe tracking his eyes, following his hand. We talked about the lack of touch in his throwing. That's one of the reasons the ball gets tipped.
Sindelar has some room, and this time he will slide down to the 26.
That was definitely a point of emphasis at halftime, I'm sure. Slide, son. Slide.
Jeff Brown says, look behind you. That's a Wildcat quarterback back there. That's all we got if you go down.
Yeah, they got, you know, Sparks is a Wildcat. He'd come in. We don't want him to play quarterback. And then they have 2 freshmen. They don't want to burn their red shirts. Sipe, and then, of course, Griffin Allscott, the son of Mike Allstott, one of my former teammates for the Buccaneers, who's injured right now. Got shoulder surgery, but he'll be back strong for the spring in competition.
Third down's been a huge problem tonight for Purdue. And a brief remedy to that, they're now 2 for 11 on third downs. Mahungo's got the yardage, picks up 7.
That's a nice job tracking this ball here. And getting his body turned so that it doesn't go down to the ground. Nice job.
Quickly put the finger up, too, to make sure everybody knew he had the first down yardage.
Of course.
Worship and Knox together now in the backfield. Sindelar is going to play action. Throw into the end zone. Touchdown. Hit Jared Burgess on the run for 21 yards.
Sindelar's pass is complete to Jared Burgess.
Jared Burgess get the start tonight, Beth. He's getting an opportunity to show his skill set. Only 3 catches coming in this game. That's a nice tight window throw, good concentration, nice route by Burgess securing that football. Something this offense, Beth, is desperately needed, some momentum, and they get a little bit there.
Nice drive by the Boilermakers. 9 plays, 82 yards in under 3 minutes. PAT is good, and it's 20-7. What's going to be interesting, of course, in the Big 12, they don't have the divisional play, so that could be Oklahoma and TCU again in the Big 12 championship game. Riley Lees with the return. That last touchdown pass, by the way, Purdue was picking on Marcus McShepard, who replaced the ejected Montre Hartage, who left in the first half with that targeting penalty. Justin Jackson here on the ground. Rocky?
I'd say one place where Northwestern could really make some hay is getting Justin Jackson involved in the pass game. A couple of times the last couple of series, he's been matched up man-to-man with Jawan Bentley. That's a mismatch. If they look the way of number 21, he might be able to make some plays.
Thorson, that was tipped at the line.
And to tag on to that, Rocky, we've seen him now in full max protection several times to create plays down the field. Perfect opportunity now. You start max protecting, and then you pop him on a screen play. Look for that maybe in this game moving forward to mix it up a bit out of that same look.
2 catches for 5 yards today for Jackson. And now it's 3rd down. Here comes Purdue again on the blitz. Thorson runs away from it, and a 1st down toss to Flynn Nagel. 13-yard pickup out to the 40. Boilermakers are down, but they're looking up right now as we head to the 4th. Oh, that's Mustard's last stand. The next door neighbors to Ryan Field. An assortment of all kinds of goodies. Of course, hot dogs in particular, and Rocky Boyman sampling the goods.
Oh, you guys got me here. Hey, turn around, nothing to see down here, all right?
Clayton Thorson with the drop back. Has the time and has a man open down to the 20. Bennett Skoranek. What do you got? Is that mustard or?
All mustard. That's the only thing I do.
That's
the best way to do it. Things pretty good. No onions, no sauerkraut. Good stuff.
You know, the difference between me and you, Rocky, if I was downstairs waiting for this clip to come up, I've already finished that hot dog. That's the difference.
I'm drowning my sorrows right now with what the Irish are doing. That's what I'm doing. This hot dog.
Just went to 27-0. You're going to need another one.
Oh, my God. Give me another one.
Bennett, by the way, 7 catches, 117 yards, and a touchdown.
He's having a nice day today, and really he's been spreading the ball around. I really am impressed by the accuracy, in particular, Beth, the second half. He's really been sharp.
Thorson hit as he releases. Caught but out of bounds. Skoranek went up to get it. Lorenzo Neal got to the quarterback that time.
Yeah, again, he's 6'4". Good job catching it, just too far out of bounds. And again, that's a nice asset to have at the wide receiver position, Beth. They don't have a lot of speed per se across the board, but when you have a guy that has huge catch radius, it's a nice guy to go to.
3rd and 10. Trips go left. Jackson out of the backfield. He'll get down inside the 20. Jalen Robinson with the tackle, and that's going to be short.
It's been a tough go for Jackson, but Purdue, obviously, this is all they've been talking about all week, right? How do you stop their most important player on offense, Justin Jackson? That's what they've done. I mean, Northwestern's trying to get him the ball. They're being creative. Talked about getting the ball in the passing game. They just swung it out to him right there. But again, they're locking down. They are going to commit themselves to stopping him. It's just been the passing game in the secondary. They have not been able to really get dialed in the 2nd and 3rd levels of the defense.
Kubander's 2 for 2. This one from 36. Good job getting the hold down in time by Nice Wander, the punter. And the kick is good. Northwestern Hoops team opened up the season with a win against Loyola Maryland last night. Of course, what a memorable year it was last year for Cats basketball.
Long inbound. Harden with the catch. The finish.
Well, that was the buzzer beater to beat Michigan. Then getting into the tournament for the first time ever, they picked up a win. Beat Vanderbilt and then lost to Gonzaga in the 2nd round. But Chris Collins has the Cats rolling. Top 20 to start out the new year. This is DJ Knox bringing it out. Of course, Purdue hoops opening up the season in the top 20 as well. Always a good night when you can get in slobber knocker. What do you think, AB? How about your picks right now?
Well, yeah, I've adjusted this, obviously, with our night and our game here. I still think Alabama's going to win, but hey, look who gets pressed up here. Clemson moves up. Miami, they're going to end up winning against Notre Dame. They move up. Auburn is in the mix. We had them last week, Beth. I was impressed. I thought they were going to beat Georgia. Not only they beat them handily. So, again, who's looking out? Oklahoma, Wisconsin, they're right there, and we got a lot of season to play.
Auburn and Alabama will have winnable games next week, and then, of course, the Iron Bowl down at Jordan-Hare to close out the regular season. Shaping up that the winner of that one would play Georgia in the SEC championship game.
The tight end right here. Very seldom used today. That's Cole Herdman, short yardage specialist.
Deep ball, Sindelar going for Sparks, and he's got him.
What a ball.
33 yards.
They run all go. 3 receivers on the strong side, 3 seam routes. He's got to carry his eyes to pull away a defender. He decides to go outside, gets that room. Sparks does a nice job of pulling it in, making a great catch.
Biggest play of the night. Sindelar again to right. 1st and goal, Purdue. Gets 17 yards again.
See the confidence of Sindelar pick up as this game's going on. He's got a big arm, tight window throws, and line drive shots.
Play action. Down he goes, sacked back at the 14-yard line by Trent Goins. And some help from Jared Thompson.
Thompson's done a nice job of being effective, but how about Goins? That's his 2nd sack. He got 1 on the left side. Now he's on the right side, going against the left side of the defense. It's a nice job filling in the backup role.
Caught at the 4, lunging for the pylon is Mahungo. Touchdown. 12-yard TD.
Nice effort. So stretch across inside the pylon, does not touch the out of bounds. It's a good effort. And just like we heard Jeff Brom say, if I have a pulse, I'm going. This team continues to fight and work, and it's paying off here late in the 4th quarter.
They're going to take a closer look. Look at the right hand is down outside the boundary, but did the ball cross the goal line? They say it did. They're going for 2. Need a couple of conversions. The first attempt, Sindelar, broken up, incomplete. Cairo got the breakup.
Well, Beth, that would have made things interesting if they got that 2-point conversion. It's a sprint out right, and they're just trying to find a window right there, and it's good defense on the back end. Number 41, McGee, knocking down that ball. That's that fastball we're talking about. Excuse me, that was number 21, Cairo. Gonna finish the play there. I thought the ball was knocked out. Tight end almost made a diving catch there, but nice job by Northwestern. Would have got interesting, Beth.
Yeah.
Would have got that.
Instead, 10-point game. Still with time, 5:32 to go, and a couple of timeouts for the Boilermakers. Spencer Evans set to kick it away. Takes a couple of bounces. Did it get the 10 yards? Ball is down on the deck.
Wow, still down, Beth.
Looked like Northwestern had a crack at it.
The question is, though, also, was the ball touched by Purdue first prior to 10 yards? Because the ball has to get 10 yards. Referees didn't throw a flag. It's be interesting to watch this replay. They get it back.
Calling it Northwestern football.
They get it, yep. Going on sides, Beth, little trick there.
Miles Holman is the guy that actually kicked it.
Yeah, so the ball doesn't go 10 yards. It hits a Purdue player. That would have drawn a flag, number one. Northwestern still gets it.
Nate Hall, the linebacker, is the guy that comes up with it.
Yeah, right there, see the tight end. Herdman, I believe. Is that Herdman or Hopkins?
So 5.5 minutes to go. Northwestern with a 10-point lead in the football. Out into the flat, the catch by Flynn Nagels stays in bounds when they whistled that dead.
Pushed out of bounds by Simeon Smiley.
In your Northwestern, you start taking your time, Beth. Don't have to go fast here. You want to get positive yards. Love to get a first down here. Start churning that clock. Purdue with 2 timeouts. I'd assume they'd like to wait to the next series if they can make a stop here to start using those timeouts.
Now work that play clock all the way down. Run it with Jackson down to the 39.
Beth, the good teams rise to the top, right? Bama down in this game on the road. We've seen teams struggle on the road all season long. Some of the top teams. Bama knew they were going to have some tough competition against Mississippi State. Still good enough to fight their way back. That's why, to me, they're the #1 team in the country.
They would be in line if they hold on to win that to move up with Georgia's loss. Jackson again with the carry. It's going to bring up 4th down here. Yep. Under 4 minutes to go.
Purdue's going to take a timeout, I believe.
30-second timeout.
Stop the clock.
So during the timeout, we've been talking a lot about Justin Jackson tonight, and we had a chance to huddle up with him yesterday.
Say you're running front side and you're setting up your linemen. Describe what's going through your head there.
Yeah, so, my running back coach always says, obviously the defender can see you, but the lineman can't. So you really have to help them. You have to bring the defender to the blocker. So what you really want to do is get to the toes of the offensive lineman and then give the defensive, lineman, whether it's a lineman or a linebacker, a slight move the opposite way you want to go, just to bring them that last step to the lineman, and then you go the opposite way. It really opens up that space.
Well, Beth, obviously we didn't have any offensive linemen in our crew, so I stepped up. I'm a little more svelte guard to be that pulling guy to pull around the block Rocky, but we've seen that patience in this game, setting up blockers. It's on tape every week. He does a fantastic job. I know the numbers aren't great today, but this kid has had a stellar career.
And I always hated playing against those zone running backs because they're just so patient, and then they bust it, or they bring one back across the grain on you, make you look really stupid. I'd rather have a big back just run right at me all day versus these cutback guys.
Made somebody look stupid on that highlight there. I don't know. Who was that guy playing linebacker?
I'll tell you what, I know our producer is really good. I shouldn't mention this, but 2007 against the Jaguars, Maurice Jones-Drew made one Rocky Borman look terrible on a cutback on the backside.
Yeah, I've been there, done that, and we've seen Justin Jackson make a lot of guys look silly. I mean, listen, he's a premier player as far as versatility. He does everything. Great job on the patience there. It's a good shot by Matty with the handheld, getting in that vision that you can see that back hitting the hole. And look, I like this kid. I don't know what the prospects for him at the next level are, Beth. He's not a big back. He's got a lot of wear and tear, but in particular, his college career has been spectacular.
One thing, Anthony, about the wear and tear, he's got a lot of it during the course of a game, but the past 2 years in practice, Pat Fitzgerald has put a non-contact jersey on him to limit those contact in practice.
Yeah, very rarely you see a guy play and start all 4 years of his career like Jackson has done. He's approaching 5,000 career yards rushing. Elijah Sindelar dumps it off underneath. He's now over 300 yards passing tonight. Terry Wright with the completion.
How about the blocking? No, look at the pull. I'm not going to give him my eyes yet. I'm waiting for him. I see him creeping in. Look at Justin Jackson. He makes me right. He dips inside. And look, Now, some people would call this the, what do they call that? The
Hey, come on, let's move on to
long
the next
hug.
play. We ain't got to keep looking down.
Ring around the rosy dance. I don't know what we're doing.
Dancing demo there. First
I
and
was
10.
trying to make you look good on that block, Anthony.
I appreciate it, Rocky. Too bad you don't have it right now to watch because look who we get involved. The defensive tackle, Beth Mowens. What a block. It took two of us to block Beth, and we got the job done.
And that was our producer, Ben Hogg, with the blind side on Beth there. She
Yeah.
didn't see it coming, man. Come on, Beth.
Trying to take me out. That's why I played offense.
Got to work on Ben's technique. He's got to rip underneath, trying to get his hands all over, trying to get that push. That's fun. I love doing those huddle ups. Really get to see the personalities, guys. We did a rapid fire Q&A, had some fun with them too. Check it out on the app, and just a fun day with some of these young players that do more than just football. But
Incomplete. Downfield to Terry Wright.
majors in economics, minors in French. Kid speaks fluently in French. I can't remember what Rocky asked him to say, but it was funny as heck when he's able to just kind of rip it off.
I believe he had him say Rocky's better than Anthony,
Yeah,
which
that's what he
sounds
made him
similar in
say.
any language.
I was
quite
trying to
frankly.
tee up Rocky on that one, but he didn't want to go there. I appreciate that, Rocky.
3rd and 6 here for Purdue. 2.5 to go. He got it. Mahungo. Sindelar. Gregory Phillips with the catch out to midfield. Pick up 19 more there. You have the option here to go for the quick touchdown or possibly a field goal, and then you need an onside kick either way. Still got work to do and ground to cover. That's Phillips again.
Yeah, it's going to be tough too because they only have one timeout. But you go on the onside kick. In my opinion, if you can get it close, call that timeout and get that field goal, and see if you can get your kicking game to get you the ball back.
They think Spencer Evans has a pretty good leg. They're going to get out of bounds here to stop the clock. First down.
Yeah, I'd say another 5 to 7 yards, Beth. Spencer Evans with the big leg.
And the sack isn't going to help.
Yeah,
It's Goins again with Thompson for the 3rd time tonight.
I'll tell you why, he's had a nice game, Beth. 3 sacks so far for Northwestern. He has them all. It's on the bottom of your screen. He's working his hands. Got good hand movement, both of them. They get a half a sack each. Good job, Thompson, calling his name out quite a bit. That left side of the defensive line has been impressive for Northwestern.
Herdman manages to get out of bounds again to stop the clock.
I'd say kick it, right? Playing in the NFL, you got a guy with a big leg. How many more yards do you need? And if your receiver doesn't get out of bounds, now all of a sudden you're losing time on the clock. You got to score twice.
Sindelar. Broken up and intercepted. Picked off by McShepard with 52 seconds to go.
And see, a young quarterback, Beth, you get greedy now because you're thinking you got to score in his mind. But really, the right thing to do is go for field goal and go right here. He's trying to hit that hole. We've seen Thorson do it many times, but great reaction by the free safety, Ngagwe, knocking it up in the air, and McShepard making the interception, and so goes the hopes of Purdue driving down the field.
Northwestern Wildcats in line now to win for the 5th time in a row and improve to 7-3 on the season. Boilermakers now finding themselves in a position to have to win at Iowa and then home against Indiana to get bowl eligibility. Northwestern will have Minnesota coming in here next, and then a roadie at Illinois to close out the season. And Pat Fitzgerald's crew looking at a pretty good bowl opportunity if you can close it out.
And what a game by Clayton Thorson. I thought he stepped up to the plate, did a great job, Beth. Been some ups and downs this season, but tonight they utilized him in the passing game, and he came out swinging.
We thought we'd see a lot of rush attempts tonight. Instead, we saw 106 pass attempts tonight. Clayton Thorson threw for 295 and a touch. He ran for one other. Elijah Sindelar, 60 throws tonight. 376 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's it from here at Evanston. Our final score, Northwestern 23, Purdue 13. Time to get you to warmer climes, and we'll head out to Tucson, Oregon State, and Arizona. Get you some Pac-12 after dark.